Yeah, we just gonna spit on this one. Yo, hey.
All right, what is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Juror back at it with another episode of Real Talk. And today we're back on my boy Jussie Smollett, aka Juicy. But a juror has come out and says that he doesn't understand why Mr. Jussie Smollett did what he did. And also, we have Tina Knowles coming out and saying that Jussie Smollett should be treated with compassion. It's like, okay. But we're gonna take a look at this whole scenario. But before I even play the video that's the main topic of today's discussion, let's take a look at some comments that didn't age too well over the course of the last year.
I don't like that it's being put out there in the media that this is a possible hate crime.
A lot of questions in this case, but I know Jussie Smollett is a really, really good guy. I just want justice to be served in this case.
And the media has really cast so much doubt on his story, which I find so personally offensive.
I find it personally offensive that you believe this stupid story, but to each his or her own.
He's given a detailed account, an account that Chicago police have said has been consistent. He hasn't changed his story.
Congratulations, he hasn't changed the lie he told you since when he first came up with the story. Congratulations, he can stick with the lie. That's literally what you're saying.
They also said it's credible. Police have said that, and
Nobody thought this was credible, but y'all.
also that he has been very cooperative.
$20 says even Michael Strahan like look at this face. $20 says even Michael Strahan was like, I really don't believe this, but I kinda need my job, so, or not need, but I kinda like my job, so I'm gonna just roll with it. But yeah, like nah. But anyway, on to today's story. Black juror in Jussie Smollett trial doesn't understand why actor kept noose around his neck. And out of the whole situation, that's what y'all extract from that. He doesn't understand why he kept the noose around his neck. Not any of the fact that this thing was fake and it was staged, or he had Africans do it, even though he could have hired actual white people. No. He's just wondering why he kept the noose around his neck, and that's what y'all decided to title this article. But okay, let's see what you got to say.
Has found Jussie Smollett guilty of staging a racist anti-gay attack on himself and then lying to police about it. The former Empire actor was convicted.
Oh, and just a side note, are any of those people in that earlier clip gonna issue corrections and retractions about how this was a real attack and how people were casting doubt and it was wrong, but turns out that they were wrong? So are we gonna get any kind of formal apology? Probably not.
Convicted on 5 of the 6 charges connected to this highly publicized incident. He now faces up to 3 years in prison. Charlie DeMar has been covering the trial for us.
Why are they holding this man's arms like this? Like, this is a grown-ass man. Like, what are y'all doing?
Jussie Smollett said nothing moments after jurors found him guilty on 5 of the 6 counts of disorderly conduct.
Of course he didn't say anything. He's mad that this scam blew up in his face, because I would say he's probably a little bit narcissistic and thinks that his poop doesn't stink, for lack of better terms. Trying to clean up the language because yeah, I've been getting some emails about community guidelines.
After deliberating for just over 9 hours, he was found not guilty on count 6, which involved a later report to police.
They found Mr. Smollett guilty of virtually all charges of doing exactly what we said he did.
The 5 counts stem from Smollett telling police in January 2019.
Oh my god, it's okay, so we're gonna get to it later, but the juror says he has no idea why Jussie put the noose around his neck, right? This man is literally in his apartment wearing the news. I didn't think I'd see the body cam footage. Let's go. This man is stupid.
January 2019 that he'd been attacked by two men.
No, CBS. No. He said he was attacked by two white men. But that's neither here nor there.
Beat him up, doused him in bleach, and put a rope around his neck. Initially identified by
That's like, oh, hold on. Let me see if I can go back to that real quick. That is some thin rope. That looks more like twine that you use to tie up bundles of sticks to put them on the trash pile so the garbage men can take them away, but
initially identified by Smollett as his attackers, brothers Abel and Ola Osundaro.
Hey, those don't look like white guys.
Both testified last week that Smollett orchestrated the hoax and paid them $3,500 to stage the attack. Smollett himself took the stand, maintaining his innocence and that there was no hoax.
Mr. Smollett would not have lost this case, as he did today, unless the jury found that he lied to them.
But Smollett was found not guilty on count 6, reporting in February the following month to a detective that he'd been the victim of an aggravated battery.
You cannot say Jussie is lying and Jussie is not lying for the same exact incidents. So we feel 100% confident that this case will be won on appeal.
Attorney Joe Tamburino says the jury might have
won on.
And then look at this chick, this freaking light-skinned lady right here, just nodding like, you know he lying. Like, come on, people. Like, I swear, bro.
Appeal.
Attorney Joe Tamburino says the jury might have felt they had already convicted Smollett on enough counts.
They could have decided that perhaps the 6th count, maybe they found that with that one particular officer, there really wasn't a lie.
Smollett says Smollett's attorney says the actor is committed to clearing his name. The judge set a post-trial hearing for the end of January, and the sentencing date has yet to be set. Nate?
What? Why are they taking so long to sentence this man? Just give this man a little bit of jail time and keep it moving. Like, what are we really doing here? Like, what are we really doing? And hold on, where's that video of the guy? The guy. There he is. This guy.
A juror who convicted actor Jussie Smollett for making up his story about being attacked on the streets of Chicago is speaking out today. He was actually the lone black juror on the case.
Because that matters. Because that matters. He was the only black male. Okay.
Case, and he's confident he made the right decision because to him, Smollett's testimony made no sense.
Good for you, bro. Good for you.
The lone black juror on the Jussie Smollett trial is speaking out for the first time. In this exclusive interview with WLS-TV, Andre Hope,
God dang, this man T throwing up gang signs. Hold up.
Says Smollett's claim that he was attacked in a hate crime by the Osundaro brothers simply made no sense.
2 o'clock in the morning, cold outside. When you just use your common sense as what's there, yeah, it didn't add up.
2 o'clock in the morning, below freezing outside, going to Subway to get a sandwich. Two other individuals outside at 2 o'clock in the morning when it's cold outside who just happen to have some bleach and some rope. Like, what?
Said one critical piece of evidence that convinced him Smollett made up the story was the noose, which police video
Again, that looks like twine. What?
showed Smollett leaving on his neck for cops to see.
As an African-American person, I'm not putting that noose back on at all.
The 63-year-old retired civil servant says he had never seen the TV show Empire and knew very little about Smollett before being selected to the jury.
I was shocked. I was completely shocked that I was even picked at that.
I mean, I'm not the only, or I guess I'm glad I'm not the only one. But to his credit, this dude is 63. I'm technically the target demographic for the show, so I guess it's a bad sign that I never checked it out, but it is what it is.
At that point, I took it very seriously.
He says he was disappointed to see he was the only black person on the panel.
How can we say that this is a jury of your peers when there's only one African American? And there were.
Well, peers doesn't necessarily mean skin color, my guy. I mean, I went to a high school with like, I think it was like the graduating class was like 600 or something like that. Guess what? There was probably less black students than every other race, but everybody else in my graduating class was my peer. You see how that works? I mean, I guess if you wanted to be that guy, I guess they could have had it divided evenly amongst different races, but that kind of defeats the point of a random jury pool. So, you know, common sense.
Plenty there. So you could have got 2, 3, 4 African Americans can handle the truth too, and we can give.
But they really can't, because I guarantee you, if we would have got a few more specific types of African Americans, I'm willing to bet this would be a hung jury, or this would have been a hung jury.
Give an impartial judgment on a case.
And while he has no doubts about Smollett's guilt, he's still left with one lingering mystery.
I still have not figured out a motive to why this had to even happen. He was a star.
Well, to this man's credit, he's 63, so he probably doesn't know about the current state of affairs going on in the United States right now. But to answer his question, victimhood is currency. It started with the oppression Olympics that we had, where, oh, I'm oppressed because I'm a black man. It's like, well, no, we're all oppressed because we're people of color, and Mexicans and all Latinos are oppressed too. And it's like, well, no, I was attacked by freaking white people, and they called my hair nappy. It's like, oh, okay, are we really competing to see who has it the worst? As if that's a good thing? Like, what? So, yeah, victimhood is currency. The more of a victim you are, quote unquote, the more hardships you face, the more relevancy you get in mainstream media. So, to somebody like Jussie Smollett, who is a I would say a decently known actor, if he would have got away with this hoax, this would have shot him way up the stardom charts. Like, he would have been on every Good Morning America, The Talk, The Real, freaking every morning talk show. He would have been all over the news. Like, this would have just made him the talk of the town. But since it was discovered that it was fake and it's blown up in his face, now he's about to be doing community service.
Smollett is awaiting his sentencing. He could face up to 15 years in prison, but the
you exaggerating, you being hyperbolic, like hyperbolic time chamber. Like, no, you know he ain't gonna get no 15 years. He probably won't even get 2. Probably will give him community service because he's a black man, and we don't want to show how unfair the criminal justice system is, how biased it is towards black men, even though he's a half-breed, but, you know, whatever.
The juror says he hopes Smollett only gets probation and that Hollywood gives him a second chance.
No, he does not need a second chance. He needs to go away for at least a year because of him, this inspired a whole gang of hate crimes to happen. That chick who cut off her own dreadlocks, that dude who robbed his own store and spray painted a swastika, LeBron James spray painting the N-word on the side, or he didn't do it, obviously. He probably paid somebody to spray paint the N-word on the side of his LA house. Like, God, it's just a mess. But finally, wrapping things up, Beyonce Knowles' mom, Tina Knowles, who Keep in mind, this person's greatest contribution to the world was giving birth to Beyonce, nothing else. That is the best thing she has done for the planet. Give birth to Beyonce. So, from Fox News, the article reads, Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, says Jussie Smollett should be treated with compassion during sentencing. No, he shouldn't, actually. The former Empire star was convicted on 5 counts of disorderly conduct for lying to Chicago police about being the victim of a racist anti-gay attack. Article reads, Tina Knowles, the mother of superstar Beyonce, believes Jussie Smollett should be treated with compassion during his sentencing. The actor was convicted of 5 counts of disorderly conduct for lying to Chicago police about being the victim of a racist anti-gay attack near his home in downtown Chicago. The 39-year-old maintains his innocence, and his attorney has said he will appeal the verdict. While the charges carry a possible sentence of 3 years behind bars, legal experts have said the former Empire star is unlikely to get prison time for the low-level felonies. Instead, they believe he's more likely to be sentenced to probation and ordered to perform community service, which I said is because he's a celebrity. Celebrity privilege. Would it be celebrity black and gay privilege? Possibly. Says Knowles took to Instagram on Monday and posted a screenshot of an article about the case. It also cites the case of Amy Cooper, a white woman arrested last year for calling 911 on a black bird watcher in New York City's Central Park. And let me just throw this out. She's over here looking like the Hobgoblin. You don't need to be worried about Jussie Smollett at all. You need to be worried about Spider-Man. Get you this time, Spider-Man. Like she about to be in Spider-Man No Way Home. Oh my god. Or is it Far From Home? I don't even know. Oh my god. Her criminal case was thrown out in February after completing a diversionary counseling program that prosecutors said was meant to educate her on the harm of her actions. Assistant District Attorney Joan Eluzzi Orban said Manhattan prosecutors were satisfied with Cooper's participation in the program and were not seeking to pursue the case any further. The article goes on to say both were wrong, but Jussie faces possible prison time, and Amy Cooper, the woman who called the police and lied about the black man that was bird watching in Central Park, was trying to attack her, captioned the 67-year-old. Well. You kind of defeated your own argument here, Miss Tina Knowles. So, where was it? Oh, right here. It says leading to the possible arrest, or the potential arrest, where in the history a black man in custody could have led to death. It says Amy Cooper got off with public service. We will see the outcome for this black man. He's a half breed, by the way. He's not a black man. He's a biracial man. Just throwing that out there. Will he get the same compassion as Amy Cooper? Knowles said that she's not condoning Smollett's actions. However, she wondered if his race will ultimately result in a harsher sentencing. Well, it'll be partly because of his race, but it'll also be partly because of his gender. And, if anything, his notoriety. But I like that they got a picture of Beyonce and her mom. Oh, man. I am not condoning what Mr. Smollett was found guilty of, wrote the matriarch. I am just asking, will he get the same compassion and understandingly of knowingly lying to the police? She also cited Kyle Rittenhouse, the 18-year-old who was acquitted of all charges in November after testifying he acted in self-defense in the deadly Kenosha shootings. That verdict was met with anger and disappointment among those who saw Rittenhouse as a vigilante and a wannabe cop. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted. I saw this picture and I was like, what the fuck? That can't be real. That can't be real. That's not Demi Lovato. Hell no, that's not Demi. Oh my god. Okay, but anyway, back to the Kyle Rittenhouse thing. Yeah, so just ignore the fact that, you know, you had a pedophile charging at him, and a guy who bonked him over the head with the skateboard, and then a guy who ran up on him with a pistol in his hand. But, you know, ignore the fact that they were trying to take his gun from him, you know. Just ignore that, I guess. Says Rittenhouse, a then 17-year-old former police youth cadet, said that he went to Kenosha to protect property from Okay, we already know all of this. We already know all about this. Says Kyle Rittenhouse walked free after killing 2 people because the jury had compassion? Question Knowles. Oh my god. Okay. So let me just wrap this up. Okay, so in closing, Jussie should probably get a year, maybe 2 behind bars, because all he really did was make it to where people go, yeah, those good old MAGA hat wearing Trump supporters, they're out here attacking black folks. And then when you find out the whole thing was set up, then you're like, this was kind of stupid. So what was the end game here? What was the goal? Oh, to cause further racial division? Got it. So yeah. Oh, and to boost his own career, because, you know, if this wouldn't have been found out to be fake, he, like I said, he would have been on every talk show, every newscast. It would have been all over social media. People would have been, I stand with Jussie. Colin Kaepernick would have came out and supported him. It would have been a whole entire mess. But yep, send him to jail for like a year or 2, make an example out of him, so hopefully some of these fake hate hoaxes, racial hate crimes stop, or at least slow down, because this is starting to be a little bit too many. But that's all I got to say on this topic, man. This is wild, but it's great. It's wild, but it's great. I love it. But with that, it's been your boy Juror back with another episode of Real Talk. Like, share, subscribe. Help me get to 1,000 subs so I can be a better pro-black by starting to take money from the white man. And with that, I'll catch y'all in the next video, man. I'm out.
Whoa, dude. This fucking nerdy man needs to stop with all these hard bangers, bro. People that change the world are frightening.